Serve the Lord with fear and rejoice in trembling.
For I shall strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger.
For whosoever should shed man's blood, by man shall his blood be shed.
And praise the Son. Kiss Sadie blah 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 blah.
It's kiss the sun, lest he be angry. My God, you are horrible at this. And shepherds we shall be. For thee, my Lord, for thee. Alright, that's enough of that bullshit. Welcome for episode 5, A Matter of Perspective.
And speaking of perspective, last episode we need to correct some things.
Yeah.
Okay, so we may have been overzealous because of how bad it was.
Mm-hmm. We have said that this beginning of the season is a little lackluster, and for the most part that's true. Most of the episodes that we have covered were just
Except for
Episode 2, the betrothal episode.
Yes. Just for clarification.
Yeah, that was alright.
That was alright.
Yeah, it's just that when you're sitting in a room under lights for hours and hours, your brain tends to bake like an egg on top of a summer sidewalk.
Toasty.
So yeah. Our mistake.
Yes.
That episode was alright. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's focus on episode 5, which is what we've been hoping for.
Oh, yes. This is what we wanted when we saw, what was it, for the Berserk Island episode?
Yeah, Berserker Island, yeah.
But this is what we kind of wanted when we were going to Berserker Island, to learn about a lot of things.
Yeah, like how some things on some islands work, and we got in this episode. Only it's not about a tribe. It's about the dragons themselves.
Yeah, which is very interesting, considering the fact that this also taps into the fact that creatures of our world, like dolphins and even like other creatures, have kind of like similar things.
Mm-hmm. And this whole episode is very thematic, actually, which I do like. The title is very apt because it's all about trying to look at things from a new angle, from a new perspective, for lack of a better word.
Yes. And
the story is that the old Great Protector is now getting on in years, so now he has to. So, able to pass on to the next world, he travels to an island that no human has been to because it's
sacred ground
for only dragons, called Vanaheim, and which is part of Norse mythology.
Yes.
I don't know what to extent. I just know it's part. I just know it's part of it. But of course, our terrible twos. The twins decide to follow the Great Protector. They get trapped on the island because there's these sentry dragons that essentially block every attack that the dragons have.
Yes.
But through some cunning ingenuity, they make it past the island, and Hiccup now has a new perspective, not only in Viking life, but how he can approach a problem.
Yes. Now, with all that said, it's kind of funny to see this kind of episode, because this is kind of an episode you think of a parent telling to a kid about their pet.
Yeah. No,
this is what I remember my mom telling me when I saw Old Yeller.
Oh.
Yeah. So I was like, no, everyone cried, "Oh, Yeller!" And the parents would be comforting, it's all right. And this is kind of the same thing with the Great Protector.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, but now, and with the Great Protector, how long long have you been watching this, big guy? Since what season?
He was hinted at the end of season 3. We finally got to see him in season 4.
Yes.
So really about a year.
So yeah, we not to say we're going to be super attached to him, but he's a buddy now, kind of.
Yeah, he is. So when I say that this whole episode is very thematic, it's about how, I guess it's the theme of how to look at death, or when a best friend or someone very close to you dies. There's 2 good shots that I really like. One in the beginning is when we get like a graphic a match dissolve between Throck and Hiccup, because in the context is that Throck has an emotional attachment to the Great Protector, and that the dissolve to Hiccup is, of course, to remind us of the strong bond that he has with Toothless. And then it's kind of reinforced later on when Mala is talking to Hiccup of how is that when a dragon passes, or when a loved one does pass, it's not just a time of mourning, it's also a time to celebrate really the good times. And that what makes this so powerful is that it's not only setting up what is ultimately going to happen to Hiccup in movie 2, but it's also setting us and Hiccup up for what is
to come.
Ultimately going to happen in movie 3, is that eventually Toothless and the other dragons are going to go.
Yeah.
And so that's why this episode is very thematic, which makes it just fun. Just so I can't find the words with it. These lights are baking my brain faster than usual. A nice relief, a nice reprieve, whatever the word is. It's finally we got it.
It's like a nice requiem.
Okay. I don't know what that word means. And the second shot is, of course, of Hiccup overlooking the island when he finally gets past the sentries, because we'll get to that later. Because he essentially has to. The original plan was that if he could get past the sentries, he could send for help to get the other Vikings to come. But because this is sacred to only dragons and humans would just desecrate it, he goes against it. He makes the decision that he has to protect this island. He has to protect the last little bit of dragon culture, especially now that the hunters are active again.
Yes, and what I really like about this island is the fact that while they're stuck on this island because of these sentries, they go exploring, and on this island they notice little tidbits. Burials for different kinds of dragons. You have like the Natters have their own burial. The Gargoyles have their own site. The Flaming Nightmares have their. You can see their freaking bones are alight. Yeah. Like what's firing the bones?
Pretty much like every dragon has its own specified burial mound.
However, that becomes a plot point when they realize there's no Night Furies. Which, that begs the question.
Really? Yeah, it does beg the question. Where are the Night Furies, and where do they go when they want to pass on to the next world?
Yeah.
It is hinted in the second movie through dialogue that Toothless may very well be the very last of his kind. Which, you know, when you throw this little bit into it, DreamWorks, you're really just making us go, I got to know!
Yeah.
That bit was just, it was just like eye-opening. It was like, oh my god.
I know.
I mean, dragons are even smarter than
what we take for granted.
Yeah. I mean, we know that they're emotional creatures. They're a lot like dogs. We've seen it from the series and the movies that they are emotional. They are capable of some rational thought. But as Fishleg's pointed out, they're even capable of understanding something like organization, abstract, the concept of life and death. which again kind of adds to this whole theme of, you know, a matter of perspective. And it kind of also helps that the Sentry Dragons, which remind me a lot of the Gargoyles cartoon,
now
are blind. Are blind. Okay.
Wouldn't it be awesome if one was voiced by Keith David?
Yes. Yes, it would. Oh, yeah. Yes, it would be.
However, how would you rate the comedy?
The it's kind of iffy.
Well, the twins are not in top 4?
No, they're not. There's a couple good moments in there, but I shudder to think that maybe T.J. Miller used his A material, or was that his A game in that shitty Emoji movie that no one saw.
He was in it?
Yes, he was.
Oh.
Right. I pray to God that that's not what was happening. But yeah, the twins were kind of iffy. It feels like most of their comedy was just used to fill up a time slot, and even Hiccup calls them out on it.
And that's 10 seconds I'm never gonna get back again.
10 more seconds I'm not gonna get back again.
Or no, what does that look supposed to mean?
Yeah.
How are we supposed to know what that eye looks supposed to mean? Mm-hmm. And I love it how they're doing this. And it doesn't even look like they're grabbing their eyelids. Mm-hmm. It's just like hovering there.
Yeah. But that, all that aside, let's see. Oh, we almost forgot is that when they finally do get past the sentries because they use the fruit that grows there to try to mask their scent. But, you know, Snotloud screws up the whole thing. Great Protector comes back one last time and saves them, which, you know,
which is a great send-off.
A great send-off, and also redeems himself. In his mind, I believe he's redeemed himself because he kind of showed up late twice in the episode. But when he goes into his burial chamber, the camera now tracks outward, so we get a wide shot of what the island is, and it looks like a bewilderbeast, the alpha from movie 2. And so, if you gotta know how dinosaur bones, how we get dinosaur fossils, I can't help but think that that's probably how this island came to be. Like, it's not just a rock formation. Those are really the bones of the alpha.
That's kind of freaky. Now, that being said, there's one thing I'm kind of curious. I actually need to acknowledge that makes me chuckle because Rough Nut says something that just made me grin when she's like, "Well, he was my husband." I was like.
Yep.
Thank you.
Brought that back.
Oh man, I love it when they do continuity stuff because it just makes you smile. Like, I know what that means,
and it shows that they are paying attention.
Yes, that, and I have to make fun of the fact that when new Protector comes in and starts eating the lava, he stops and just turns.
You do know that there's still lava flowing,
right? You know, keep eating your vitamins, little guy.
Yeah. How about the fact that the Ninja Vikings come back, only this time their eyes are a different color?
Yes.
They still look like Hiccup and Heather.
Or the fact that their house caught on fire. Ah! It was kind of cheesy.
Yeah.
But other than that, it was a great episode.
A very good episode, a good addition, and something we've been waiting for.
Yes, and it's kind of. I don't think we had to wait this long for a good episode in quite some time in the season. Mm-hmm. Normally, we get it within 2 or 3.
Yeah,
but 5.
But again, you know, episode 2 that was good.
That was good.
It was good. Well, I guess with that, are we done?
I think we are done.
All right. Well, we'll see you next time in the next episode, which I hope will not bring up any bad memories.
Yeah.